Hello, and thank you for joining me. So, I just got back from Blade Show Atlanta, and what an awesome show. It was really, really busy. Met a lot of great people in the knife community, and as you guys know, I help Concept out at Blade Shows, so a huge shout out to them. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really walk around and get a lot of content for you guys, so I do apologize for that. However, on my breaks, I tried to find some unique knives and show you guys. As you guys saw on some of my shorts over the weekend, I picked out some really interesting knives. If you guys haven't been to a Blade Show, I highly recommend it. They're always a lot of fun. But let's go over what I picked up. It's not much, typically as much as I get from other Blade Shows. I was trying to keep it a little on the smaller side just so I could ship things back. But anyways, I picked up some material and a few knives here. Really quick, I want to go over some of the materials I picked up. Now, these are from Current Composite. They make some really, really cool stuff. I've used them before, and I've had no issues with their materials. They are USA made, so that's cool. But these ones are linen. I want to say ivory linen micarta with slices of G10. At least I think it's G10. And you can see these ones are different colors. This one's a red, we have orange, pink, and a Tiffany blue. But you can see how there's just that little strip of G10, or the two strips. But really, really pretty stuff. There's the pink one. I like the orange one because it kind of bleeds out into the linen. Kind of looks like a creamsicle. And same with the red or the burgundy. Bleeds a little bit into the linen, but really, really excited. I will leave Current Composites information down below in the description. So if you guys are interested, you can check out their site. But I picked up some of that. And then this is a new company to me, at least. And it's resin, but it's really, really well done. You can see we have contrasting colors. We have a kind of a gold yellow and a purple and black. Quickly want to give a shout out to Matt and Bronx from Voodoo Resins. There they are. Again, I'll leave a link down to their website. You can check them out. But Bronx came to the concept table and wanted to know if I was interested in checking some of this out. Now, typically, I don't like resin because it's on the softer side. Whoops. There's the card. There's their information right there. But again, I'll leave a link down below. Now, I don't like to use resin because it's very soft, but as you guys can see, this is really, really hard. And when I thin this down, I'm going to see how flexible it is, but as of right now, I think this is a 1/4 inch thick, maybe 3/8, but really, really hard to bend. And I'm excited to test these out. So again, shout out to Voodoo Resins for basically letting me take these samples home and get a feel for them. I will customize a knife for them and send it to them just as a thank you, but I have a feeling this is going to be good, again, because of how hard it is, but really, really pretty stuff. Almost looks like stabilized wood, so that's what really caught my attention. And then here's the black and purple. This reminds me of Venom a little bit. I think it looks really good. So you guys will be seeing these in a future video. I don't know what knife yet, but really excited for this. Now let's get to the knives. So the first one is the Spyderco Patata. Now this is an older model. However, this one is Colin's personal knife from Devo Knives. Really, really great knife. Glassy, smooth action. This is writing on washers, but a really interesting design and one that I don't really see floating around out there. So basically, Colin wants me to customize this, and I'm really excited. But you guys can see full liners, so it's gonna be easier for me to do custom scales. Now, I don't know exactly what I'll be doing to it, but it's gonna be pretty cool. And what are some other words I'm trying to say? It's gonna be unique, and I want to put a lot of detail into it. So again, I just want to make it very, very unique and definitely one of a kind. So really excited to do this for Colin. Next knife is the Concept Quasar. This is a Munko design. Now I picked this one up just because it's the budget version of the premium version, which is titanium bolsters, and your Camo carbons, your fat carbons, which the premium model has 20 CV steel blade. But this is the budget version of the Quasar by Concept. This has the 154 cm steel and black coated pretty much everything, because I'm going to create some scales to get a really cool contrast. But the budget version comes with steel bolsters and micartas and G10s, again, just to keep that budget price. So really, really great design, really unique. It's got a lot of curves and shapes to it, which I really like. Ergonomically, this thing is amazing. That's why I fell in love with this design. If you guys are interested in this, I'll leave a link down below, but this is one that I highly recommend. Now, this is a Axis style lock knife, so they did provide you with a left hand carry option, so you can just swap the pocket clip since it's a neutral design. So you lefties can join in on the fun. Again, this is the Quasar. I think it's great, and I cannot wait to customize it. And this is riding on bearings. Really, really good action. And I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it's got a nice ring to it when you close it. I hope the camera's picking it up. And I like the very generous slot for deployment, which works great. Reverse flick works great. Thumb flick works great. And I know I said it before, but definitely recommend this one. All around a great design. Also, we'll be customizing this one. I think I'm going to be customizing all of these, except probably for this one, but more on that in just a second. Now, this next knife was sent home with me from Dylan Mallory of Mallory Designs. I consider him a good friend, and we were just talking knives, of course, at a blade show, and he just picked this up. I can't remember if he ordered it or if he picked it up at the show, but this is, from what I could gather on the internet, this is the Skull King Awakening. I think it has another name. I'll put it up on screen of what I could find on the website. But as you can see, that's what this model is. You do have two different blade shapes. This one is the, I'd say, sheep's foot version. They also have the clip point version. A really, really interesting design. I love the aggressive stonewash. This is titanium construction, titanium clip. Love the ano on the hardware too. That's pretty cool. And then as for the steel, I want to say it's M390, but I don't know if it's labeled. I'll put it up on screen. But just a great design. I love the size of it. Very small. And the ergos on it are really, really good. I think this is a great knife. This kind of reminds me of like a mini version of the CKF Evo. Is that right? Evo 1? But I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll put it up on screen of which knife I'm kind of picturing when I see this. But really, really like this design. And it is riding on bearings. Super smooth action. As you can see, drop shetty. And again, ergo's really good. Good materials. This was sent home with me because Dylan wants me to do a custom show side scale. So I'm going to try to get as creative as I can. And I think I can come up with something cool. But again, I'll leave a link to this knife down below in the description. Basically all these knives, I'll leave a link down in the description so you guys can check them out. Now the next one is the AT Knives. Of course, Lewis of AT Knives has a YouTube channel. And I'll link his channel down below. You guys check out his stuff. But what a gorgeous design. And I really, really love the simplicity of this design. Such a great knife. I forgot to mention this is the Halt by AT Knives. My apologies. But what a beautiful design. You have that beautiful lava flow fat carbon, which shifts and dances in the light. You have titanium bolsters, a titanium pocket clip, and an S90V steel blade. Or at least I think that's what it is. I'll put it up on screen if it's something else, but I believe it's S90V. Beautiful hollow grind, beautiful satin finish. And yeah, I think this thing is gorgeous. Really, really greatly priced at the show. Obviously, that's not going to be the same price on the website. Now, I'll be customizing this for Lewis because he was kind enough to lend this for the channel. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing yet to this knife, but I'm getting some pretty cool ideas in mind, and I'm really excited to customize it. But riding on bearings, super snappy. The action is amazing on this thing. And this thing's brand new, so it's not even broken in yet, but I can only imagine when it is broken in. It's going to perform very, very well. Makes great sounds when you close it, but everything about this knife is great. Ergos, materials, action. Highly recommend this one as well. But that's one that I'm excited to customize. Now, this last one is the Vero Avid One. They just dropped. I think they're available right now on the website. But I had to pick one up at the show because it was too good of a deal. This is basically like a budget version Vero, which I thought was really cool. Another main reason I got this was because it's got full liners, which are titanium. And it's even got a steel insert here. Let me show you right there. Yeah, you can kind of see it in there, but you can see the screws holding in the steel insert. But the fact that it's titanium liners means I can anodize it and pick the color I'd like, and then use a contrasting color for the scales that I'll be making. I mean, these are nice, they look good, but you know, we got to kick it up a notch here. So it's exactly what I'll be doing with this knife. It's got the two-tone G10 scales. Here is the pocket clip side, which is a wire clip, and it's reversible, so you lefties aren't left out. And you have a really nice full backspacer made of that really pretty blue G10. And I'm thinking even a solid blue G10 scale would look really good. But we have a S45VN steel blade, that beautiful stonewash. I love a good stonewash, which this is. You do have that slot, that double slot that Vero is famous for. So the action on it is really good. You can reverse flick it, you can thumb flick it, and you have a flipper tab and a front flipper tab. So multiple forms of deployment, and they all work great. The sound that this thing makes is really, really good. Really, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a clunky sound when you deploy it, and then when you close it, you get a nice little ting. It's really interesting. If you get one in hand, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But just a great design, very clean and simple, which I love that Vero does. Definitely catches my eye. Feels good in hand. Can choke up. First grip's really, really good. And this one, I'm thinking to maybe put some koa wood on it. I think it would make it very classy. Maybe some fat carbon. I'm not exactly sure what I'll be doing to this yet, but this is the Avid One by Vero Knives. Yeah, I really, really like this one. Very excited for this one. Now, the one that I'm really excited for is the prototype that TAKCOM Knives will be doing. Now, this is a prototype of my design with TAKCOM Knives. So quick shout out to Shane for making this possible, and I cannot be more excited for this fixed blade. Just really, really happy, even with the prototype. Now, there's some fine tuning I'm going to do with it. I was able to get it in people's hands at the show and get a lot of feedback, good and bad. I needed both sides so that I can fine-tune this thing for you guys and make it perfect. I don't have a name for this yet, but a lot of people were enjoying it. Melissa Backwoods checked it out since she just did a fixed blade, so I picked her brain on it, and she pointed out some things that made a lot of sense to kind of fine-tune. And I believe I think it's her husband, or she told me to call him the camera guy, so he actually gave me a lot of good input as well. So shout out to both of them for helping me out with that. And a lot of you guys at the show, whoever attended, or if you got this in hand, thank you for your feedback. I truly appreciate it. There's some fine tuning in a sense of some of these sharper ends on the micarta here, just to round them off a little bit. Everybody loved the jimping, so I was a little skeptical about it because it's a raised kind of jimping, which is something you don't really see that often. But we're going to do some adjustments with that. People were saying how much they loved where the jimping was placed. So you have three options. Basically, when you're choking up, land your thumb on the front, or if you're choking back and applying some pressure, you have some right here on this angled section right behind the harpoon. And when you do a pinch grip, you can really reach here in the front and not lose your grip and get more controlled cuts. Very utilitarian. That's what I was going for. But it's going to be pretty thick. We're looking at, I think it's 3/16 inch thick blade stock. And since this is a prototype, there is no hole on the inside of the tank to make this lighter. So that's one adjustment we're going to do. But even right now, it's not crazy heavy, but it feels good. But that's pretty much it on that. I will do a separate video on this just to go into more detail of this design. And I know I talked a lot about this one in this video, but I'm really, really excited and even more excited to get it available to you guys. And I believe we're going to try to get these out for or maybe a little bit before Blade Show West. So I will definitely keep you guys updated. As always, you guys, thank you very much for watching. I really, really appreciate your support. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one.